Yeah, this was the magic of video. Last time I cut, I was walking to it, now I'm here. This was my first apartment that I had in Dallas when I moved up here. First one, I remember that wash house. You can see that from the way I'm holding it. That little small building there. I'd wash occasionally from time to time. There's a bigger one that I used mostly. And I remember going not over in this part. Oh no, it was actually the other side. So it wasn't really this. In an effort to not make it too long. I think I did use that once because that wasn't the closer one to me. There's one on this side, but I remember this is where I would follow the Astros, from 2016 to 2019, and Astros World Series stuff happening. I remember all that going on. Had a whole routine mapped out when like the Astros were down. I'd go walk Lucci out here in this little front grassy area out front. This is the main entrance to everything. All these gates are open now. I remember the one gate I used, there was always a problem, but all of these gates seem like they're just broken. I remember this mine. The last time I was here, that gate was actually closed and locked. Yeah, this grassy knoll area I'd walk. That's where I'd walk my dog a lot, actually, or out here in front. But yeah, I had a lot of great stuff to celebrate as I was here. Not so much on the Dallas front, but it was more listening and watching the Houston teams. So I'm still, as you see, still very much supporting the Houston. And I gotta say too, Dallas Stars, I do consider a Houston team, because I did start getting into and watching the Dallas Stars in 1999 when I got into hockey, and I'd watch the IHL at the time, Houston Heroes. Now they're moved up to they become the Iowa Wild. But I've done videos walking the street in the past. There's nothing new for me. Here, that's where my main part behind this little wash house. That's where I'd walk Lucci a lot. It wasn't too far away. I don't know, I thought about just walking in, but I don't need to. I seen it one time recently and I don't really need to. But I remember I moved out and there was a tornado that went through. When I moved, there was a bunch of tornadoes in the area at the time. But, and that was a wild night. That was Christmas night. And as soon as I moved out of this, there was one tornado that came through the area. And this was in the path. And I think the building over there that I just passed, they had to redo the roof a little bit, tore off a little piece of the roof, but didn't get much damage. But this property got hit right in the path of a tornado that came. So I just barely missed being in the path of a tornado right at this. But other than that, there was not really any other major events like that tornado. Now, of course, I'd walk them on that grass and everything. I'd walk them on that grass. I'd start to catch the bus from this little stop, not where I'd take to the Dart and everything. That would help me ride along the Dart. This being right there, that was helpful having the dark station right out front here. That was very helpful. But yeah, I don't know how far I'll walk down. I'm done with the end. But I was right at the end. I was on the last building. That's where I first lived when I came in the Dallas area. Right here. I just figured I'd do a video from here. A couple weeks ago, a week ago, someone clicked the link on the stream that I used. I've been using recently. I've been busy in the job search, like using like Perplexity, getting in that from the job search, creating a resume, and I've been going on a gem finding mission. All the stuff I've touched and had experience with doing, I found a lot. You'd be surprised in all the job history you've had, that what you've touched, you'd be very surprised. You'd be very surprised. Go and think about everything you've done, your history, and everything like that, and then put it down on paper, and you can bolster your resume like that. And I appreciate that person who clicked on my reference link and everything. I don't know who, didn't tell me who it was, but thank you. I use StreamYard. That'll be all in the links below. You can buy me a coffee. If you like what I'm doing, like, comment, share, subscribe if the button's lit up. Subscribe if you like and want to follow what I'm doing. Follow for more. And I'll see you in the next video. After I'm not keeping this video too long, and I'm going to be walking back soon. Thanks for coming back along with my first apartment living in Dallas. And I'll see you in the next video.